we're using it only for the purposes of finding major fits. And any other application can just be added onto it and it's not a problem. So let's see, let me pull that up. It's working slow. This has been an issue with my, I don't think this is VBO. I think this is my computer. But it would be the end of the class if I can't pull up the card. So there's a hand. Okay, there we go. So the basic idea is this, that we're going to be using it when we're trying to find a major fit, when we have enough points to respond, and when our partner, generally speaking, has opened some sort of hand that we'll see repeated over and over again, but is opening with a minor in almost all situations. And then the person to his left, right, the second seat in the auction, bids a major. Okay, that's our first scenario. Okay, and then we're going to be able to want to show spades. And we're going to need, when we do it, this negative double is going to give us the ability to either show 4 spades, 4 plus spades, or 5 plus spades. Okay, and it will also give us the ability to do just the opposite. 1 diamond, 1 spade over call. We should be able to show hearts in length with appropriate values. And finally, in the auction of 1 club, 1 diamond, we have the ability to show both majors. Okay? And that's what we're going to use this negative double for. Now, the key part of this is that if we bid the suit, if we bid spades here, we are promising 5 or more. Right? And that's going to allow us to find 5 3 fits. And this is the whole reason why it's wrapped into the ambiguous major. Essentially, we're talking about the ambiguous major auction, right? 1 diamond, 1 spade being ambiguous, but West has helped us out by throwing in a bid that allows us to make a negative double. So in this situation, I can show that I have 4 spades with a double. Now, your values are the part that will confuse you and screw you up. I was playing at a table the other morning where somebody didn't have enough values to be using to forcing me to bid. A double will force your partner to bid, and you basically got to look at the level. If I double here, he can bid 1 spade at the 1 level, right? Which means I don't need a whole lot of points. If he can bid at the 1 level to support my spades, right? This is promising 4 spades. There's almost always someplace else to play, right? Then I can use this with as few as 5 or 6 points. Okay. The issue becomes that we're going to run into, and we're going to go into the hands, is, well, what if I'm forcing my partner to bid at the 2 level? What should I have in terms of value? Or what if I'm forcing my partner to bid at the 3 level? How many points should I have? Right? And this is not going to be hard. We're going to know. We're going to be able to calculate, well, if I'm forcing my partner to bid, what level will he have to bid at? And this is a simple natural construct. He gets to bid at the 1 level, we don't have to have much at all, right? 5 or 6 points. For forcing them to bid at the 2 level, we should have a constructive hand. And when I use the word constructive, because you've been with me enough now that you know I'm not, I count 4, 3, 2, 1. And everything else is based on shape and values and sequences and evaluation of the hand. I don't have any formulas or any computer next to me to figure out what my hand is worth. I'm trying to figure out what it's worth based on its playing strength. And I think that's a far more, a job that's suited to a human mind, not some objective calculation. Okay, so when I say constructive, what I'm talking about is a good 7, 8, 9, bad 10 points. Okay, something like that, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now how you figure your hand is worth that, that's up to you, because not all 9-point hands are the same. Certainly not all 10-point hands are the same. And I don't think all 7-point hands are the same. Okay, so constructive means sort of that sweet spot. And you might think about it as, here's a bid that if my partner has 18, 19 points, he can go to game on it. Okay, I have enough for him to build a game on my constructive bid. Okay, if I bid, if I have 8 points, then I'm expecting that if he has 17, 18, 19 points, he can go to game. Right? That's a constructive hand. All right. So if we're going to force our partner to bid at the 2 level, we need to have a constructive hand. Now, if we got to force our partner to bid at the 3 level, we need something different. And it should be pretty obvious, right? If the 1 level is next to nothing, right? 5, 6 points, 7 points, right? Then the 2 level is constructive, which is that bit of value that lies between really minimum and invitational. The next level is invitational. If you're going to force your partner to 3 level, you need to have invitational values. Okay, now that's the key. Does everybody get that? Does anybody have any questions? Cool. All right. So here, when I bid, right, I have 6, 8 points in a fabulous club suit, and I was forcing my partner to bid at the 1 level. Now, East has thrown in a 2-diamond bid, and my partner really has no obligation to bid further. In fact, I would take his bid as fairly encouraging. I would expect that he would bid 2 spades if he could. Right? If he had 4 spades, I would not be surprised if he did that. But he passes. And it appears that they found a fit, right? They bid their hearts. This guy's got good support in hearts, and here's a heart bid. Okay? So we've taken our stab at trying to find a major fit in spades. And apparently it isn't there. All right? Makes sense? I'm not going to bid this hand any further. I probably would bid clubs, though. All right. Let's look at the next one. Please, come up. All right. 1 diamond, 1 heart again. Right? This time I have 8, 9, 10 points. Now, what level will my partner have? Is first of all, is 1 spade forcing? Yeah, I think 1 spade is forcing here. Most people will play 1 spade as forcing. So that means I'm going to force him to the 2 level, right? If he's responding, he's going to have to respond at the 2 level. I guess he could respond with 1 no trump, but let's think of it as he's got to respond at the 2 level. And for that reason, we're going to ask him, we're going to have a constructive hand, right? We're going to have at least a good 7, 8, 9, bad 10 points, which we have here, right? We have a bad 10. Right? So we have enough values to bid 1 spade here. Now we've shown 5. So this bid, we had enough values to be able to show that this is 5 plus points in invitation and constructive at least. And that means our partner can now support us with 2 spades. Okay, and picture this as the ambiguous major auction, right? 1 diamond pass, 1 spade. We'd have no clue what that spade meant. But because we play negative doubles here, and our negative double over a heart or over a spade always promises 4. Always promises 4. Okay, then we can use the actual bid of the suit to show 5. And now we can find the 5-3 fit, which is what we have here, 5-3 fit. Sometimes it's a 5-4 fit, right? Because partner could have 4 spades. I mean, the opener could have 4 spades here. Good old Fred could have 4 spades. Okay, so now South doesn't jump, right? It doesn't need to jump here or anything, but he can, right? If he had 19, 20 points and 4 spades, he knows that you have a constructive hand, right? And he would probably just go straight to game with a maximum, right? And then you would have to decide, if you were holding a lot more, whether to pursue a slam, right? Or he could jump, if he wanted to, with invitational values here. He could jump to 3 spades, say, hey, you nailed it, and I've got 15, 16 points. I'm unbalanced with diamonds and spades. Right? So let's look at the next. One diamond, one heart. We have balanced 10-pointer, right? With kings in the side suit, including a king that might have some value here after that one heart overcall. And a 10 and 3 pips in spades. What's our bid? And how many points would we have to make this double? Yeah, right? Because this bid only forces him to bid at the 1 level. So we can make this bid with not much at all, right? Partner seems to have some semblance of a stopper, but does not have 4 spades. Make sense? So let's say I pass. My partner can compete, right? He's already denied having 4 spades. He's shown his value as being 12 to 14. And now if he wants to, if he doesn't like the hearts, he could jump in with spades if he wanted to. And we know we're playing a 4-3 fit, okay? Or he could, alternatively, if he had 3 or 4 hearts or something, maybe he bids hearts. I mean, maybe he doubles. So, but on this hand, let's say he does that. We're going to go back and we're going to look at these hands from the opposite point of view. Let's look at one more in hearts. So we've got 5 spades. So our inclination will be to show the 5 spades by bidding the suit. So the only question is, do we have enough values to force our partner to bid at the 2 level? Hell yeah, right? Not a problem at all. We've got 11, including a stiff in diamonds. Unfortunately, shortness in my partner suit isn't as valuable as it would be if it was a stiff heart, let's say. But we certainly have enough to promise 5 spades. When we find out that we have a fit. Partner is happy to hear the spade bid. He has at least 3 of them. He hasn't jumped, so he's probably minimum. What should we do? Are we interested in more? Les is on at 4 spades with that stiff. 11 points with a stiff. I think that's worth probably a 4 spade bid. All right, so you can see how valuable this negative double can be. And like I said, it's fairly simple, it's fairly intuitive, And the place where I see people getting messed up on it is in terms of how many values do we actually need to use to make a bid here? How many values do we need to have? And if we simply keep it at an evaluation thing of whether I have minimum or constructive or invitational, right, or better, then I think it will become fairly clear. Let's I'm going to switch around. I want to run through the same hands again. Maybe we'll bid them out this time. And I'm going to put you on south. That looks the same to me. Oh, I know why. Okay. This isn't going to work. How do I do this? Oh, I need to switch seats. The movie was going to not work if otherwise. And we'll ask Fred to come back. Yeah, okay. Now we're sitting in the other. So now we're the person with the opening hand. We've got 5, 6, 10, 13 points. This is the one we just did. Let me export it up again. 5, 6, 7, 13 points, balanced hand. This is the hand that we call balanced minimum, right? If we gave it a name, it would be a balanced minimum. And before we even bid, we're thinking I bid a diamond and then I'm bidding one no trump, because there's nothing my partner can bid, basically, at the one level that would cause me to bid anything but one no trump, right? If he bids a heart, we're bidding one no trump. If he bids a spade, we're bidding one no trump, right? So before you even start, know where you're headed, know what's happening. And then the robot changes everything up by throwing in the heart bid. And our partner bids a double, promising 4 spades. And we have good support in hearts. All right, so they look like they have probably 18, 19 points at least. With the overcall, that on the one level doesn't have to be real strong. So that's, probably give them just 8 points, but East has support. So it doesn't look like anybody's going to game on these things. This is going to be a part score battle. And the question is, do you want to stick in your 2 spade bid here as being competitive? I don't think I would. Right? Partner would want to know if there was a fit, especially since we're going to be bidding competitively. Everybody's going to be bidding. This is going to go on for a while. So he bids 3 clubs. So what do you think he has? Don't try to remember from just seeing it minutes ago. But obviously he has 4 spades and a club suit. He's on balance with spades and clubs. And he apparently has enough values to keep talking. Right? And by values, I mean anything. Could be points, could be shape, could be length, could be voids, right? But he has enough to make another bid here. Do you bid on? Do you want to show him your support for clubs? Do you want to take a stab at 3 no trump? Do you want to play 3 spades, knowing that there's at least a second fit? Right? These are these competitive auctions that there are no hard and fast rules. Right? It's your judgment that's always on the line. What if we just pass? We don't think anybody's getting the game, so why bid on? We know we found a fit, and we buy it there. Right? Not bad either. He had lots of clubs. There's no, there isn't a double dummy there, but I'm assuming we can yank out 3 clubs here without a problem. Hearts would have been an issue, right? Probably if they've got all the top hearts, they're going to probably run 5 hearts. So nobody's making 3 no trump unless they lead something else. I will claim 9 tricks. Should get all the hands up. There we go. All right. So the idea, yeah, there were quite a few clubs. Quite a few clubs. Loses 2 hearts and going to lose a spade. So don't have 5 clubs there either, I don't think. All right. So, but you can see what's happening is this dynamic is taking place where we're seeing what they're bidding, we're judging how high of a level we can get to, and we're trying desperately to find a fit. In any competitive auction, no matter how it starts, no matter what shape it takes, the key thing is finding a fit. Right? Sometimes you will even infer that you have a fit by the fact that the opponents have found a fit. You know that if they found a fit and it's like an 8 or 9 card fit, we should have one somewhere too. And almost all the time we should have one somewhere as well. So that is part of the dynamic here. Is we are desperately trying to find our fit as quick as possible. Okay, that's why one of the goals of competitive bidding is to show I don't know, it's sort of a nursery rhyme, except I really believe it, which is don't go showing second suits if you have a fit with your partner's first suit. If you already have a fit, don't show other fits. Don't suggest other suits, because all you're going to do is going to get shut down, things will get confused, and the opponents will end up, you'll either get too high and go down, or the opponents will somehow snag the auction from you because you've shown them more information than you should have. So if you have support, show support. 5, 10, 12. This is one of the hands that the robot wouldn't open. I define one no trump, weak no trump, and one no trump is 12 to 14 points. Looks like 12 points to me. I know that people will not open that, but I do. 1 heart overcall. Whoops, sorry, he wants his bid back. And he bids 1 spade. So here we know he has at least constructive values because he's forcing us to go to the 2 level. Right? And that he has 5 spades. So we have found a fit, right? And we're minimum hand, right? So we will bid 2 spades, and that bid is forcing, right? We can't pass it. And so we'll show him, hey, we're minimum. This is very intuitive, very natural bidding. They pass it out, and now it's up to Fred to go further if he thinks that it's worth it. East is passed. 1 heart, that 1 heart bid could be made as little as 8 points or so. Yeah, they call it 8 points, but could have 17. Right. So if he invites here, we're risking getting too high. He's going to pass. Right. And we find a 5-3 fit. Got some work to do in that suit, but there it is. Right. Got a diamond. Maybe the 10 of diamonds as well. Got 2 clubs. Got the ace of hearts for 4. Maybe get the 10. And the work to do in the spade suit. So should be able to eke out 8 tricks pretty easily. Found the fit. We found a fit. Notice there was a fit the other way too. Right? It was a club fit. Who wants a club fit, right? But they have a club fit. We have a fit, they likely do as well. Remember, I had a mentee at one point who easily surpassed my game in a matter of less than a year. We play together a lot now, and now I think he could give me lessons, especially on the playing of cards. But one of the first things he asked me is I don't understand competitive bidding, And it seems really hard. And I've always kind of thought it differently. I mean, if they get in the auction, every time they bid something, they're giving something away. And you're going to either use it in trying to decide where you should be playing the contract if you're going to buy the contract, or you're going to use it against them when you're on defense. So whenever you open your mouth, remember, everybody's listening, or should be. 5, 8, well, 5, 8, 9, 4, 13. For a second there, I thought it was a good hand. One diamond, one heart, double. So we don't have a spade fit. Is our Jack 7-6 good enough to bid one no trump? Is bidding one no trump maybe the best thing to say anyways? Because it was what we were going to say. If this had gone one diamond pass, one spade, we would be saying one no trump. So what's the difference? He's only promising 5 hearts over there. It doesn't mean that, give him his 5 hearts, we should still be able to eke out one no trump, right? Anybody else have a different idea on what to respond to the negative double? You can tell this lesson's too easy for everybody. Everybody's quiet today. I think when no trump says you're not voiding hearts. I think now a concern over hearts would be reasonable with Jack 7-6. Right? That's a little bit more reasonable. But look at the information we're getting. Now when we're playing defense, we're going to know the exact. Does it promise 2 spades? You might be able to infer that because if you didn't have 2 spades, you probably are going to have a second suit that's biddable. Like either rebidding diamonds or you're going to have an extra club, something like that. So you could show 5, like if you have 5 diamonds, 4 clubs, 2 spades, 2 hearts, you could bid 2 clubs here without a problem, right? And most of the time, we're going to find you end up, when I learned negative doubles, there's a lot of talk about, well, you got to have tolerance for this suit or something. And in this context of the ambiguous major, of finding these major fits, doesn't really matter. All that double promises is 4 spades. But I'll tell you, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find safe harbor if there's no fit. And I think one no trump is here, is it. Of course, that's going to be the end of the auction, right? Now it's back to you. And what do you do? Certainly not going to want to bid 2 no trump now. Right? Your Jack 7-6 isn't looking quite as possible, right? You know that there's only 4 hearts at the rest of the table, and if East has 2 of them, then you could get slammed in no trump, right? Who would keep bidding here, and what would they bid? Remember, I mean, a lot depends on whether you're playing imps or match points. But if you're playing match points, if you're playing any kind of club pairs game, right, or if you're playing the blue ribbon, it doesn't really matter. If you're playing match points, these things, these two level contracts tend to get you a bad score. Okay, in Mike Lawrence's book on balancing, uh, he says just if you let people do this all the time, he says now and then you're going to go for 1100, going to go for 1400 because you got too high, you got double. He said, but most of the time, at the end of the day, you're going to have better scores if you balance. Now, that's his book called The Complete Book of Balancing. And to try to say that's all you need to know would be silly because the book is like 600 pages long. Yeah, it's a pretty flat hand. We have a 4-3 fit. We know our partner is probably short in hearts since we've accounted for 9 of them. Well, Les, that's the wrong. I mean, North could have sported diamonds. He bobbed out though after the two hearts and the one no trump. He didn't want to push it any further. So I'm not expecting to find any values there. I mean, I think our choice is either to play spades. Our choice is either to play spades at bid two spades now. Our partner is not going to take it any further. We hope that we can make it on a 4-3 fit, or we hope that it forces West up one more. Let's just throw it in there, right? Basically, it's best to find. We're going back to that sort of platitude or nursery rhyme. They said if they have a fit, we should have a fit. Okay. Do we know they have a fit here? No. Does it seem likely with our balanced hand, our partner not having much, and West having six hearts? Does it seem likely that East has a couple hearts? I think it does. So I would assume a fit here. I could be wrong. They could be 6-1, which is a fit of some sort, right? They have a 6-1 fit, and we have a 4-3 fit, right? That's 14 tricks. Somebody's going to go down here, right? Or somebody's just going to make, right? So if we can push them up, right, we have a good chance of setting them. On the other hand, we're both vulnerable. If I bid two spades here and we get doubled, go down two, right? Even just go down one, then it was worse than letting them just make two hearts. Well, let's be bold and see what happens. No double, at least. I'll claim 8. There's a flat. The spades don't break bad. Right? Buying it at the 2 level, certainly better than buying it at the 3 level. I don't know that I would go to the 3 level with that. But we can get the double dummy over here, I think. Yeah, we're making, according to double dummy, we have a chance at making an extra. So good things usually happen if you balance. Is the moral of the story. Now I'm saying that in terms of match points. The same is true to a certain extent when you play imp pairs. But the fact of the matter is, if you're going down 100 and they're making 110, right? You're negative. You're either negative 100 or you're negative 110, right? So what's the difference? Imp-wise, there's no difference, right? There's no difference. That 10 points will not influence the number of imps they get, right? So I find it less worthwhile to balance at imps, where I think there's, where I feel like I'm going to go down. I bid more at imps. I bid more to go positive, and if I think I'm just bidding to stop them from making 110, then I don't really see the point in it. Especially because now and then, what will happen is you'll get doubled and you go for 1100, and as Mike Lawrence says, that'll happen, but the thing is, if you're playing match points, that's one board, and you can get over it by getting 100 another board, right? You get on 1100 at imps, right? You've lost the Swiss, you've lost that match because you'll never make up those kind of points. So, anyways, let's look at another. And then let's move on to some spade overcalls. Six, 7, 10, 12. Another minimum balanced hand that I'm going to bid basically no matter what my partner bids at the 1 level. I'm bidding 1 no trump. Don't need to think very hard. We get the 1 heart bid and 1 spade. All right, now we know he has 5. It's forcing. We certainly don't have the points to go further, so we'll just simply bid 2 spades. Right? We know we have a fit. We're 5-3. They tried to get a fit. They tried to find something. They tried to get in the way. But because we have a negative double, we were able to show 5 with the 1 spade bid. And Leslie already bid this hand to game. So we'll do that. Right? Got spades coming through for us. 5. We got 3 heart losers. We got 3 club winners, though, a club that we're going to have to deal with, and we got a diamond loser. So this is not automatic. Got to do some thinking. Thinking here. Oh, sorry. That's right, because it's playing the other way. I'm just going to claim, and then you should be able to see all the hands. There you go. Down 1, Double Dummy says. Too many losers. That's rare that Leslie makes a mistake. That I understand she very rarely, if ever, goes down. But I like the bid. I would have bid 4 spades too. You never know. Defense is really hard. Defense is really hard. Better bot makes it. Yeah, these are basic bots. These aren't the good ones over in the. Oh, here I gotta. Just a second. Fred's computer is winding down and needs to be plugged in. All right. Okay, so now what we were talking about comes in a little bit different. We were talking about the level we need to be at to bid. And we'll stay in this hand. No, we're going to go back to, I'm going to switch again. Yeah, let's look at the responder's hand. So I'm going to switch hands again, and we're going to, so the question is whether or not what North should be bidding. So this will be more useful for us. This is a robot, and you should be kibbing North. There we go. All right. Oh, and I need to bring Fred back. Sorry, Fred. You got to agree with me that Thick Skin is a great name for a bridge player online. You know, as I understand it, he was beat up pretty bad when he first started playing bridge, but never felt bad about it. Took criticism from everybody. All right. So 6 points here. West has given us a chance to make a negative double. Should we use it? The problem is we're forcing partner to respond at the 2 level. And this flat hand with a couple of kings does not seem like a constructive hand to me. I mean, how would you feel if you made a negative double here showing 4 hearts and your partner jumped to 4 hearts? Right? It makes it very hard. So I will tell you, I see people make negative doubles on these hands all the time, right? But I don't think it's appropriate here. I don't think this is enough. It's on the very bottom edge of it, at least. You know, so I would pass and see what happens. And here we get the value showing, right, this is a Q bid, right? So they got good support and heart. So they got 18, 19 points. Our partner has, you know, an opening hand. And so he passes. He bids 2 spades. This bid says, right, I don't really care that we have a fit. I made a light overcall. This happens all the time, right? So they have spades. We have some support for diamonds. We have hearts. We have some clubs. Um, do we feel like we should offer up a bid here to balance, to compete in this auction? It's not really balancing because you're not in the last seat. You're not in the pass out seat. But do we want to throw in a bid here to keep the action going? Yeah, I don't think I would either. But a double here would no longer be a classic negative double like we've been talking about. It would still say basically the same thing, right? Which is we could play in hearts, we could play in clubs, and I have some tolerance for your diamonds. So if you want to bid, you should do it. But I think it should also promise points. Why? Because we're forcing partner to the 3 level, right? Our partner is the person who is in the hot seat. So I wouldn't even think, it wouldn't even be appropriate to think that long about it. It should be 2 spades, pass in tempo, and let thick skin puzzle out whether or not he should try to balance on this hand. Let's say he doubles. What are you going to bid? You got 3 diamonds for his diamonds, but we don't know what he has. Bid your hearts now. He's the one that's forcing us up. Maybe bid 3 hearts now. I don't know. He's basically saying we got a place to play. And we buy it for 3 hearts. We're not vulnerable. We got a diamond fit. And it turns out we have a heart fit. They had a fit. We must have a fit. Right. So there's room to balance. Being not vulnerable is very helpful in a balancing situation, right? You're trying to prevent them from making 110, right? Making 2 spades is 110. 110, 140 if they make an over trick, right? That's what we're trying to avoid. It doesn't do any good to bid on such crappy values that you get doubled, right? And go for 100, go for 300, 500. Oh, the children ran by outside where there's like, I swear to God, there's a schoolyard next door today. So all the children outside. It's in the mid 40s here and sunshiny. So it's been a nice day. Anyways, point being, if they have a fit, we have a fit, and let's find it. Let's compete when we're not going to get nailed, right? So this isn't bad. I think it's down 1. Oops, let's see. I have double dummy over here, so I still have it up. People on Zoom can see it, and it makes double dummy, right? It should. I mean, the diamonds seem pretty good. Let's claim 3. See the whole hand. Cool. Let's try this one. What's going on there? Diamond. There we go. 1 diamond, a spade. Oh, this is the same hand. Yeah, it is. It's in their choice. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, what about this? Went back to hard overcalls. They got out of order here. Oh, I see what they did. Okay, never mind. We're gonna go 1 club, 2 hearts. We have 5 spades. If we bid 2 spades, where will we be forcing our partner? So how many points should we have? Do we have enough to bid 2 spades here? 6, 7, 8, 9. Stiff in their suit, a couple of lousy clubs, but a 5-5-2-1 hand. Two spades. Jim's not seeing that as an invitational. Mountain Peggy is. I have no idea what Mountain Peg stands. It could be like a 10th stake for all I know. Margaret. Two spades. Yeah, I think it's probably worth a two-spade bid. But here's the interesting thing: Bill and Jim didn't think it was worth the bid. So what could they bid instead? Yeah, they could double, because they only need to have constructive values to double, right? You may have more bids, so more spades. It's not saying I only have four spades. It's basically saying I've got 4 plus spades and constructive or better, right? So let's just, I think we have a hand. We can come back to it. I think we'll get it. But that's why I think it's worth a two spade bid. I think that the 5-5, yes, because it was because they jumped the level and forcing us to make our partner bid at higher level. But I don't mind forcing him to the three level on this, right? I'm 5-5-2-1. Hopefully we're going to find a fit. My partner knows that I have invitational values, right? Because I'm forcing him to bid at the 3 level. So he might just do this. He might say, hey, across from invitational hand, I'm good. I think people use negative doubles all over the place for all the wrong reasons. I think that people can be very loose with them because they want to stay in the auction. And so I'm suggesting that you consider these value judgments when you're making your negative doubles. If you were my partner, and I want to rely on you, right? I want to rely on you when you say that you have invitational values, that you don't mind me bidding at 3 level. I want to be free to jump to game with 14 points. I don't want to jump to game with 14 points and then have you lay down 8 points in front of me, right? I want to see a hand that looks like your bid. Right? That's the old joke, right? Right? Dummy comes down and the declarer says, "Where was the hand that you had in the auction?" Let's go back to this one. Now I see what was going on. It kind of looked like... No, that was it. That was the same one. Okay. Now we're on to spade overcalls. Diamond, a 1-level spade bid. What do we want to do with this hand? This looks like... And this is different. I think we sort of saw this one already, and we decided 6 points wasn't enough to bid on. Let's move on to the next one. So we're running out of time. I put some repetitive ones in here to kind of drive home the lesson, but I don't think we want to do that. Okay. 1 diamond, or 1 club, 1 spade. What do you want to do here? A couple passes. We got a double from Eileen. Kate's going to double, of course. I would predict a double from Kate. She's no point counter. Yeah, I think I'd double on this one. We are forcing our partner to bid at the 2 level. We got an ace in the side suit, which is pretty nice. I'm a little worried about where we land if my partner doesn't have it. And East takes him off the hook. He doesn't have to bid anymore if he doesn't want to. Anybody in on the auction still? Gonna let him buy it for one no trump. Play some defense. Partner's got an opening hand, so we have 19 points or so. Could have, they don't seem to have a fit. Four diamonds don't need to have 4 plus diamonds. For what? For the double? No. Yeah, that's if we were going to take out here, I see. If we were going to double again, should we have 4 diamonds? If we were going to double again, I don't think I would. I mean, I think it'd bid my hearts and hope my partner had a couple. But I think I'm willing to defend on this. So we haven't seen them with a fit, so we're not positive that we have a fit. We really don't have any values. There's a danger that we're going to raise that if we try to bid something and like we bid hearts here and our partner doesn't have any hearts, things could just spin out of control, right? So I think that's a good pass. Here, let me, did we claim that already? Oh, I got a lead. Oh, he's got a lead. We're like, dang, we had a heart fit, right? Because he leads the ace, promising the king, and a third at least, right? Because otherwise he would lead the king first and then the ace to show a doubleton. So now we know we did have a heart fit, and the good news is that we're going to be able to run all those hearts. Bad news is, so let's say we get 5 hearts, and then a diamond, that's 6. And our partner has to have something, right? He did open the bidding. Maybe we set that. Let's just claim it like we did. Sure, he's got the ace, queen of clubs. Right, so ace, king of hearts, lead over to my queen. We run the hearts, and somewhere in there he sent me a signal on the clubs, and I cash my ace of diamonds, send it over there, and he gets a couple club tricks. We're going to kill him. Fortunately, we didn't get a double in there, but oh well. So 1 spade, we have 4 hearts. Can we double? The 7 points seem a little weak, right? Well, I think we want to find 2 hearts before we find 3 diamonds. So if I'm going to get in this auction, I'm going to show my hearts with a double. But I think that you're right, Nick, that the key is we have a diamond suit, right? Which means we always have a fallback. We always have a fallback place. We always can fall back. So we can make a double here a little light, right? Hoping we find a heart fit, because that would be better for us, right? We would like a heart fit before. We'd rather make 8 tricks in hearts rather than 9 tricks in diamonds. And turns out they're bidding the hearts. I guess that's a support bid for spades somehow. He's like saying he's got a big hand. Do we want to get in here? We're not vulnerable. Do we want to play diamonds now? I don't know. I think I'm letting them go nuts. These robots have a reputation. So they're going to settle in 3 spades. They're going to game. So we got in there. We did lose our chance to support diamonds, but I'm willing to stick with the fact that I'd rather find a 4-4 fit in hearts. At that point in the auction, I'd rather find a 4-4 fit in hearts. And we did lose a chance to support the diamonds unless we wanted to bid 4 diamonds, and I don't know that I'm that brave. On the other hand, if we had, maybe we would be playing 5 diamonds right now. Anybody feel like a 5 diamond sacrifice here? I think we can make 3 of them. We thought we could make 3. That's only down 2. That's 100, 300 versus them making it. Yeah, exactly. We got the right vulnerability. Yeah, we're going to let Rich bid 5 diamonds. Jim was concerned about losing the chance to bid the diamonds. Well, there they are. So 1, 3, 5. Right? Their game is 620. They better have game. Well, that's nice. Couple spade losers as expected. Couple club losers. That's 4. Heart loser for 5. We got down 2. That's 1, 3. 300 and doing well. Double dummy. Double dummy says we're going to even pull it off. How about that? Oh, wait a second. That's them in 5 clubs making. Can't do it this one. Here, let me claim down 2. Yeah, I did not bid this in the example. So oddly enough, they got to 5 clubs instead of the 4 spades. So they're playing that with a 5-2. Their fit was actually in the clubs. They chose the major, of course. Probably a good bid. I don't know. Let's keep moving. Got a few more to go here. We're going to go I thought this was going to end early. Naturally, I've been shooting off my mouth too much. So. Glad nobody complained about the opening hand there. Fred's been drinking. Double or not? Yeah, hell yeah, we'll double that. We got a good constructive hand, right? Only forcing them to the 2 level. That should be good enough. They're jumping in there. I believe this is some sort of good hand there. And looks like they're trying to work up the courage to bid 3 no trump, doesn't it? And they end up in 4 spades. All right. Didn't find the fit. We must have a fit someplace unless they're playing another 4-3 here. Let's see. Need our partner's suit. Oh, I called way too many. Okay, we did not set them 4. Yeah, they're playing. We have 3-3, and they're playing a 5-2 fit. As a rule, if you're ever playing me and I'm your defender and you have a 5-2 fit, don't worry, I will have 3 of the trump suit. I never have an unbalanced. I'm always 3-3 when opponents play 7 card suits. So, all right, keep moving here. One diamond, 2 spades. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm not sure. Sorry about that, Rich. You'll have to check back at the Gibb garage later on. They sit around doing postmortems, I'm sure. So we have 4 hearts. Can we double here? Can we double? We're forcing him to bid at the 3 level, so we need to have invitational values. 2 no trump. Invitational with a stopper. That's an interesting idea. Especially given the shape of our hand. Yeah, it's an idea, but I would double. Right? And remember, we're forcing our partner to bid at the 3 level, which is why we better have some values, because we might not find a fit. Right? So he doesn't have hearts. In fact, it looks like he's unbalanced with 2 suits, either 5-4 or better in the minor suits. Still interested in game? We did force him to make that bid. There we go. We're just going to let Eileen bid 3 no trump. Queen third against 6 in West. Partner has got a couple spades for us. After showing the minors, he did come through with a couple of spades. All right, so we got stoppers and spades. Going to set up a diamond suit. Going to get some club tricks. Heart switch might be dicey, but let's claim 9. Yeah, a heart lead is actually the spades are 6-2. King of hearts. Yeah, it could be rough. Let's keep moving. Already at 5 after, and I hate to run these late. We'll do one more. Okay, this is the last spade one. And then I want to show you. The other ones are easy. I think everybody can do the other ones without much thought. Five, 8 points. Got a double, right? Not a problem with constructive values, forcing him to go to the 2 levels to support our hearts, or to bid whatever else he has to bid. They bid no trump. Partner bids 2 hearts. Do we feel need to go on? Of course not. And we buy it in 2 hearts. Nice fit, right? No heart honors, but everything else is pretty. All right, now let's look at this next situation. The third situation that we're going to use in negative double for our purposes in the ambiguous major setting is when responder has both majors. This can be 5-4 or 4-4, right? But at least 4-4. And when our partner opens and there's an overcall of a diamond, we can now use a double to say, hey, we've got the majors. It's at the 1 level all the time, right? We don't need to be worrying about where are we forcing them to bid. If it's a diamond here, we can show both. Now, if he were to bid 1 club, 2 diamonds as a weak overcall, weak jump overcall, right? Then we would have to think about the fact that we're forcing our partner to bid at the 2 level, right? So we would just need constructive values. Here we can bid pretty weak, right? Because hey, partner, we got to fit somewhere in the majors. I hope I'm giving you twice as many chances as I was in the past. And here's our 2 hearts. We found a fit. Partner was opening. We have 9, 6, 6, 12 points in a flattish hand. Rich is up to 4. We don't even need to ask Les what she's bidding. She's bidding 4. Yeah, see where 4 hearts. So anyway, I think it could be, you've seen the kind of stuff that Fred opens. I mean, to assume that he's got a real opening hand might be too much, but right. So that's easy to do. This is a situation that's pretty easy to bid. We're not going to look at that hand because I don't want us to go past 5-10. I want to do these next two. 6, 7, 8, 3, 11 points. Partner opens the club. 3 diamonds. Oh boy. Do we have enough to force our partner to respond at the 3 level? I think so too, right? 6, 7, 8, 3, 11 points. We have an invitational hand, and we've got to like our chances of finding a fit. Right? All right, so he bids 3 spades. He knows we're invitational. He didn't go there. Right? He could have jumped to 4 spades here without a problem, knowing that we've got at least invitational values. What are we doing? We'll play part score. King of spades likely to be offside, right? Oh no, it was the other. It was West. West was the weak hand, right? Yeah. So, couple diamond losers. In fact, we're going to be battling out for over trump a ruff because East is not going to have a. He'd have to rough in with a king of spades to beat us. So that's probably 2 diamond losers and club loser, and it's a battle. It is a battle. Double Dummy says it's down 2 on the king of diamonds lead. All right. Now I think that I made all of these with 4-4 as opposed to 5-4. 3 diamonds was weak. 3 diamonds was a weak overcall. All right. One club, he bids 1 diamond. We have 4, 5, 6 points. Double, right? It's going to respond at the 1 level. We hardly need anything. Okay. Now, I made these all with 4-4, but there's absolutely no reason why you can't use the double 5-4, especially if you have 5 spades and 4 hearts. Okay? Because and some values, because you still might be able to bid the spades at the 2 level if the opponents are involved. 4-4. All right. So, anyways, I'm not going to finish this one up. I need to call it quits here. I hate to run these classes too long. Unlike my private lessons, where I think Jim and I are sitting around talking for hours at this point. So that's negative doubles in the context of ambiguous majors. I would, if you want more reading on it, the ACBL toolkit has a good explanation. Grant 2/1. I'm not sure where you find that, but that is not a bad one either. Explanation of negative doubles. I think Cohen's version is a little skimpy, but I think you'll find that some consistency with the idea that when you use a double or when you bid the suit, the key is to have enough values for where you're directing your partner to bid. All right? Don't hang them out to dry. Don't give them a chance to go to 4 spades on something and then lay down 6 points. Okay? All right. That's that. One more week. We'll do I'm torn. We'll either do force suit forcing or we're just going to review everything. I find force suit forcing to be a little veering too far away from the ambiguous major context because you can use it for so many other things. So I'm finding it not quite square on what we've been working on. So All right. Good enough. We'll see you next week. Saturday night, yeah, at 4 o'clock. If you haven't played it yet, you're just not out there with the cool kids. We're having a good time. It's a buck and a quarter at 4 p.m. on Saturday. You can find it listed under competitive BBO points under the competitive section from the homepage. Look for Bill Manager. It is a 10 board tournament. And it is timed. It's clocked. So I don't know. I think we're finishing it in 70 minutes or so. It's not. It's not going too long. I do a review, and I'm making a movie, putting it out that night, or actually, I've never made. I'm not going to say that night anymore. The next day, I get it out if things go well, and picking out just a few of the hands to review. So the videos have been running 15, 20 minutes. So it's a lesson with the video, lesson with the attorney for a buck and a quarter. And if you do well, you get points. And if you do well, you get kudos as well, bragging rights. And it's for us, beginners and intermediates. It's called Next Steps, right? That's our thing. That's what we've been doing. All right. See you all. Take care.